We have had some great time together in both understanding and practicing with access control lists. Now it's time for a few review questions. Question number 1. Which access control list entry from the 4 below will permit TCP traffic from subnet 23.1.8.32 with a 28-bit mask if that traffic is going to a server at 6.7.8.3 on port 80? So go ahead and pause the video, take a look at all the answers, and determine which of these answers is the correct one. All right, let's check these out together. Starting with option A, permit TCP from 23.1.8.32 with a wildcard mask of .15. So for a /28, the wildcard mask of .15 is a correct wildcard mask. So far so good. And for the destination, if it's going to host, meaning all 32 bits of 6.7.8.3, that looks good. And if the TCP port equals the destination port of 80, I think that A looks great. Now, before we just select that and move on, we probably ought to take a look at the rest just to rule them out. So answer B says TCP. So the port here at the beginning in the source portion represents looking or matching on a source TCP port of 80. So that's going to be out because we're looking for the destination port of 80. And here we have permit TCP 23.1.8.32. And this wildcard mask says we don't care about the first 4 bits, but we care about the other 28 bits. So this one is out because it's not correct. And then D, permit TCP 23.1.8.32 with, and then, okay. So once again, they're using the wrong wildcard mask here. So answer D is out. So our answer to this first question is answer A. And here's question number 2. The following access control list was applied outbound on gig 00. Okay, show IP access list, and it's one entry, deny IP traffic if it's sourced from host 4567 and destined for the 1016 anything. Okay, so that's our entry. It was applied outbound on gig 00, so we can imagine the router right here, and that's gig 0/0, and this access control list has been applied outbound for any traffic trying to leave that interface. Then the question is, what is true about future outbound routed packets on this interface? Now, when we talk about routed packets, we're talking about packets that are coming in from somewhere else that this router is then going to go ahead and route and forward. And answer A says, packets sourced from host 4567, this guy, destined to the 1016 network with a 16-bit mask will be dropped. Well, that's true. They would. This access control list explicitly says deny that traffic. Okay, option B says packets sourced from host 4567 destined to any network will be dropped. And that's also true because of the implied deny at the end of this access control list. If there's not a permit on here, it's over regarding routed traffic. So this one's also true. And then option C, packets sourced from any host to any network will be dropped if going through this interface gig 00. And that is also true. So we need to have at least one permit statement if we have an access control list applied for packet filtering on an interface. I also wanted to use this opportunity to point out that traffic that's being sourced by the router, let's imagine this is router 9, and router 9 is generating a message or generating some packets itself, that is not considered routed traffic. So router 9 can send its own packets out that interface in spite of this access control list. The access control list is just for routed packets. Think of it like other people's traffic that router 9 is forwarding for other devices, for other hosts. So outbound access lists don't filter traffic that is sourced by the router itself or a packet that the router itself is generating. So thank you for joining me in this review of access control lists, and I'll see you in another video. Meanwhile, I hope this has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.